Okay, update time. Starting to break down the Mustang, getting it ready for everything. So I just figured I'd make a video, give you guys a little update. So the passenger door, I could never open it from the time that I got it. I figured out that it was just the lock mechanism was kind of jammed. So no matter how hard I tugged on this, it just wouldn't give. Giggity. But yeah, so I just took some pliers, pulled really hard, and eventually I was able to use the latch mechanism to free the door, which is great. So tonight I'm going to start hitting all this with the wire wheel, hitting all that, making sure there's no through holes anywhere besides where we already know over there. So let's head over there. So yeah, if you watched the last videos, or I don't even know if I showed that in the last videos, this is where we're at with the driver's side panel. I'm going to be putting in a patch panel. This one, actually. Yeah, so I'm gonna be cutting that out. I'm not sure how far back I'm gonna cut. I might just cut out like a small section and then just weld, or I guess I'll tell you the whole plan. So after I do the wire wheel and get all the rust, surface rust off and make sure there's no more holes, I'm going to be coating the entire pan with POR15. It's like a rust stopper, preventative, whatever, / paint. So I'm going to be covering all that to make sure the rust stays away. Yeah, and then I'm going to put the patch panel in, weld it, and I'm probably going to put a couple, actually I know I'm going to put multiple number 14 self-tapping stainless steel screws in. And then I'm also going to be hitting the creases with 3M panel bond just to make sure it's secure and no moisture gets in, all that good shit. So parts update. Obviously, there's a hood, factory style hood. I kind of regret not getting one with a scoop. I don't know why I didn't do that, but that's okay. We can do that later on. This is what we're rocking with right now. This is the valance that I was talking about in the earlier videos. I believe it's the Shelby R replica valance. It has the holes, which is nice. So I'll be going with that. There is the passenger side fender. The Scott Drake black billet grille. The trim pieces, yada, yada, yada. I already showed you guys that stuff. This is for the Jeep. New tires, slightly bigger. We'll go over that at a different time. You've already seen this. Carpet. This is the headlight bucket assembly, new for the passenger side because that was destroyed. These are Scott Drake lowering blocks. So I'll be lowering the rear an inch because it's sitting pretty high right now compared to the front, which is like sitting perfectly. Ooh, god damn, that looks good. So yeah, throw those babies on there. We will do coilovers at a later date when my bank account allows. So yeah, oh yeah, and paint. So this is what I'll be doing for paint. You can troll me if you want, but I really wanted to give this a shot. I was gonna pay top dollar and get like some really good 2K paint and 2K clear, but after reading about spraying 2K paints, I'm kind of scared, honestly. I don't know if you've ever seen a 2K paint can. I'll put a picture in if I remember to do so, but there's a reason why the 2K paint specifically have like a huge warning label all over the can compared to your standard single part spray, which just has your normal warning on the back saying not to be a dumbass. So yeah, I did a little bit of digging into that, and apparently 3M doesn't even have a respirator that's apparently up to snuff enough or dumbass proof enough for them to be comfortable labeling it good enough to spray 2K. anything you're spraying with 2K, they say you should be having a fresh air respirator that's being pumped from the outside into your fully enclosed mask. Full skin protection, full eye protection. So yeah, I passed on the 2K. Another reason for that is this isn't going to be perfect. The body's not perfect. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not bad. I couldn't find a passenger door, so I'm going to have to run with this one. I didn't want to reskin it, so I'll do what I can there. But that was another reason I wasn't going to pay thousands of dollars for paint. And another reason, obviously, I'm not spraying 2K. So with that being said, this is the paint setup I'm going with. I was originally going to do the Rust-Oleum, you know, the standard Rust-Oleum primer, base coat, and then clear coat. However, I saw this. What caught my eye was the color. I really wanted to do like a Nardo, or like a lighter version of a Nardo, closer to white. And this Lunar Surface Gloss was like perfect color-wise. And it's primer and paint. And I really wanted to give this a shot because I haven't seen anybody spray a vehicle with the Bear Premium, which is like a Home Depot brand, I believe. It's supposed to be really good paint. I did spray, God, where's that panel? It's over here, I took it off. This is the panel I'm not using, so I just no prep anything. I didn't even wipe it down. Oops, I turned it over here. And that's the color. And that's, I mean, it's gonna scratch, but oh, see it? It didn't even scratch. I'm literally wiping the scratch off. That was no prep, no wipe down, hella dusty, hella rusty. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And look at the like the shimmer off that. With literally no prep work, no finish work, like I said. So I am really stoked to use this paint on the body. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll make a whole video on that. So Lunar Gloss, the Bear Premium, it's paint and primer. Super excited. And this is the clear I'll be using. Like I said, was gonna use 2K, too much of a pussy. I mean, honestly, I've painted with normal paint before and that made me feel like shit, even with the respirator, so I can't even imagine how fucked up 2K does. I've seen people paint 2K with no mask. That's just asking to get bent over. So this is the clear I'll be using. I bought 20 cans of the Lunar Surface Gray, which should be more than enough. I've seen people paint cars with like 5 to 8 cans. I'm going for a lot of coverage. I want it to be a good rattle can paint job, if that makes sense. I have 3 clears here. I have 6 more on the way, so I have 9 clears. So 20 of the, we'll call it base coat primer, and 9 of the clears. So that should be enough. And then you saw how decent that looked over there. So after I clear this, after painting it, and then wait a couple weeks, sand it down, and buff it, I think it's gonna look really good. Time will tell. But yeah, I kind of wanted to give you guys that decent size update. As far as the engine goes, I decided on my belt routing. So essentially, I'm just gonna run it how you see it right here without this pulley. This is just an extra, I guess it'd be an idler pulley. I don't know. I don't know what you call a pulley that's not hooked up to anything. It's just to help the direction of the belt. But yeah, I'm gonna run it how it sits. The only issue that people run into with that is this is a reverse rotation water pump. So if you run a belt like this with no accessory power or no accessory pulley on this side, it spins the water pump the wrong way. So you need a standard rotation pump. So I found one. This should be a match. I can't remember what vehicle it was meant for, but I did a bunch of research on it. This was the belt the guy used. He had the same setup I did. This is the gasket, gates, all gates, and then the bando belt. So I'll be running that. So yeah, I mean, it runs. I've shown you guys that in like the first video I bought. So it does run. It's speed density, so it doesn't need a MAF and all that shit to idle and do all that good stuff. As far as wiring goes, I bought a new solenoid. So to get this nasty looking piece of shit out of there and clean up the bay a little bit, I'm going to finish looming all of these wires that the previous owner didn't do. However, the headlights didn't work when I tried to power them on when I first got it. So I'm gonna kind of run through the wiring here really quick, and okay, actually it probably won't be quick, and just make sure everything's hooked up properly and functioning, and then I'll go ahead and finish looming everything and routing everything so it looks like less of a rat's nest. So yeah, there's the update for that. Yeah, I think that might be it. This is the sander I bought. It's Ryobi. Everything I've bought in Ryobi I've loved so far, including, and this is kind of off topic, but this post hole digger. This is like 10 times better than a gas powered one. It has a huge ass battery. It literally took me like 10 seconds in clay like mud to get down 6 feet. So yeah. Did I say 6 feet? I meant 4 feet, 3 or 4 feet. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. I don't have any other parts to show you guys or updates, I don't think. Here. I have front parking lights / turn signals on the way, factory. I have LED gauge lights. I don't even know if my gauge cluster has power to it for lights, so I'll have to check that. I bought a bunch of brackets and stuff that I was missing to put the front end together. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I'll show you guys this again, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done hitting it with the wire wheel. I'm not sure if I'll finish up tonight, probably not, but when I do, I will make another video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned. Okay, part 2. So this is the next day after the clip you just watched. I went ahead and took the wire wheel with the Ryobi drill and brushed out all of the surface rust on the interior. And I then painted it, I don't have the can anymore, but in POR15, which is like the rust preventative rust stop coating. So show you what it looks like now. Much better, right? So obviously that still needs to be cut and patched, but I figured I'd just coat it anyway. And I noticed that there were some holes. Where's one of them? Where did it go? Anyway, there's like small pinholes where I think little plugs were supposed to go. So I'm probably gonna JB weld those shut, so no moisture gets on the inside. But yeah, this is what we're working with now. This is extremely gross, stinky, dangerous to inhale stuff. So if you're gonna use POR15, make sure you have at least a 3M respirator and some eye protection. And you don't want to get it on your skin either. So yeah. Much better than where we started. I'll put a before and after picture in so you guys can see how this looked before I scraped all the rust out and coated it. And then I also painted the rock guard. So I figured I'd show you what the paint is going to look like for the overall car. I'm going to grab this box so I can show you what it looks like next to a white. So it actually came out really nice. I have not sanded or polished it yet. That's 3 coats of the Bare Lunar gloss and 2 coats of the Rust-Oleum Automotive Clear. And here it is next to white, just to so you guys see it's not white. It's like a dark white or a light gray, which is exactly the paint I wanted for the Mustang. So yeah, that's gonna look super nice on the body. I'm super stoked with how that came out. I haven't seen anyone use the Berry Premium stuff on automotive stuff before, so yeah, super stoked. Excited to see what it's gonna look like once I paint the whole Mustang in that color. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that stuff. Contemplating pulling everything off that I can and painting it piece by piece. Not sure if I'm gonna do that yet. I'm definitely gonna paint this, that fender, and the hood separately from the rest of the car. I think it'll be easier that way. Not sure if I'm gonna peel anything else off, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. But yeah, I think that's it. Just wanted to show you guys the, it's not finished yet. I mean, this area is, I still need to do the chunk with the wire wheel bit, and I need to buy another little quart of POR15 and coat the rest of the interior body, but figured I'd knock this out. The next video will probably be me painting each of those panels over there that I just pointed out. And then things will really start moving along. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the before and after. I'm getting more and more excited as I start to work on it. So the videos will be coming out more often, hopefully. But I'll see you in the next one. Later.